Hello everyone on YouTube. My name is Paige. Welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited for this vlog. Get ready with me as the main stage swing. And there's going to be two parts to this vlog. The first part, we're going to get ready for the show together that I'm swinging into. And then a second part, how I get ready for the show and what I do backstage when I'm not swinging into the show. I thought this could be interesting for any of you watching if you are a theater kid, or if you are a swing, or if you want to be a swing, or you're just curious. It's also cool for my own memories to look back on. But yeah, if this is the first video you've seen from me, I'm currently on the Disney Magic as the main stage swing. This is my first ever swing contract and my first contract with Disney as well. I've done 4 other ships with Norwegian Cruise Line prior to this. But first time as swing. I'm also the dance captain. It's been a crazy but rewarding experience, and I can talk more about that later. But for now, I just got a text that I'm going into the show tonight, Tangled the Musical, in a very nice track. So our call time for the shows is always half an hour before the show. So we always have a show at 6 and 8:30. So our call time is 5:30 for the first show. If I'm swinging into the show, I like to be backstage at 5, but already with my full face of makeup done. So usually at around 4:30, which is right now, I will do all of my stage makeup in my bathroom before getting to the theater. I just really like the lighting in my bathroom a lot more, and I find it more relaxing. I can listen to my own music and take my time, get in the zone. Then I will head backstage at 5. Since I'm not able to take you backstage with me like I have on my previous contracts, as I do my makeup, I will chat about what I typically do backstage prior to swinging into the show. So let's start our makeup. Of course, right when I'm about to take you to the bathroom to start my makeup, the ship is leaving port. I think my process getting ready for the show now, 7 months into the contract, has changed quite a bit since the beginning. Of course, I'm much more familiar with our shows, so the prep that I need to do to swing in is a lot less, and I feel a lot less stressed now. Also, it depends on the track that I'm going into. So the one that I'm swinging into today, I've actually done for 4 shows now, I believe, so I'm feeling pretty confident about it. Now that I've gotten to know the shows better as well, I know when I have really big breaks in the show. If like Rapunzel and Flynn have a really long scene, I have plenty of time to look over that next dance number. I don't feel too stressed right now to be cramming in watching videos. I can just relax and get my makeup done first. But when I head backstage around 5, the first thing I will do is go to our call board and sign in. Once I've signed in, I will go to my spot in the dressing room and I'll get all my things organized. I'll take out my laptop to start skimming through videos of the show if I need to. I have all of my swing cue cards there at my station as well for every track and every show. So there's 23 of them to be exact. If you didn't know already, I cover 7 tracks in Tangled the Musical. So basically every girl on stage except for Rapunzel and Mother Gothel, I know their full show. And at this point of the contract, I've officially performed every single track I cover. I don't think I've said that yet on YouTube. So cool. Such a crazy feeling. I can't believe that I've actually gotten to perform everything live. You know, like you work so hard on all of these tracks and trying to be as prepared as you can at all times, but to, oh my gosh, here we go. I'm not sure how this rocking is gonna work for the video, so I might stop this and see if I can continue after we leave port. Okay, we should be good now. We have left Castaway Cay. This is actually our last day ever at a Disney Island on my contract, which is really crazy because we've spent so much time, whole summer basically, at the islands. So I'm excited for something new. Anyways, yes, as I was saying, it's so cool that I've officially performed every single track I cover. I'm so grateful that I've gotten a chance to put all of my hard work to use and get to perform and experience all of these amazing characters and wear such gorgeous costumes and sing and share this beautiful music and stories, and it's just been so cool. Once I get backstage and I sign in, I will get all settled in my station, and then I will start my wig prep. I will probably show you later in reverse of like after the shows. I'll take out my wig prep so I can show you how I do it, because I don't have any of the stuff here in my room. It's all at my station. So I will do my wig prep there, and then once my wig prep's in, then I will gather up any costume pieces or props that I need to preset for the top of show. We can use backstage left and right to preset any costumes we need for quick changes. I don't think this track has any quick changes really. No. All the presets I have to do tonight are just at my own station of the different wigs that I have to wear and different accessories that I have to change out. And then once that's done, since that should be super quick, I will find a little corner. There's a little staircase backstage, and I'll get out a yoga mat and I'll do my little physical warm-up there. So I'll do a little bit of cardio and some abs and some stretching as well. This track does dance a lot in When She Returns. She runs all around the stage, so I really want to make sure that I'm nice and warm and limber for that. I will also find a little spot to do a vocal warm-up because those are always important. Just a little one though, because we are singing almost every day since our cruises are so short here. So just a light warm-up is all I need. Then I will grab my cue cards and look over any last minute things that I need to remember. My cue cards are quite thorough. I've got everything that I do on stage, backstage, props, costumes, lyrics I have to sing for little solo lines, where I enter the stage, where I exit the stage, who I'm dancing with, all the things. So it's super easy and helpful to look through that. I'm a very visual learner, so I love just skimming through my laptop video. That sometimes is all I need. I feel like at the start of the contract, I really loved having my cue cards because I could take them with me around backstage. So I could already have them set and ready for me wherever I had to exit, so I could look over what I had to do really quick. Or it was really helpful for numbers as well because there's way too many numbers to remember for all the different characters. So I really liked my cue cards for that. But now that I'm so comfortable with the show, I find that I can just kind of skim through the video, really quickly map out, okay, go there, go there, go there. This is your solo line, go meet that guy, grab this, go over there. Somehow it just like locks in, and I'm like, okay, great, let's do it. I don't really know how I do that, honestly, but just a lot of trust, a lot of self-trust. I don't know, I've always been really good at picking up choreography, and I'm always super attentive to detail. I love learning new dances and memorizing them fast, and like, I don't know, maybe I'm a nerd for that. I just find it comes super easily and natural to me, so being the swing has been super fun for that. It's been a really cool challenge to learn and memorize all this stuff. Then after that, I will grab my microphone, which is all prepped for me at side stage. At 15 minutes to top of show, that's when we do our mic check. So at that point, I need my mic on, wig prep done, all of my base layers on, so my tights, my dance underwear, my corset, mic belt, all of that, and my show shoes on, and then I'll go line up to do mic check. There's a little whiteboard backstage, and our techs always put up a really fun question or topic so that we have something to talk about when we're at mic check. Lately, we've been having multiple choice quizzes, so just a bunch of random stuff, but it's always super fun. So we do our mic check really quick, and then at that point, I put on my full costume, my wig, then we get a 5-minute places call, and then we get a places call, and then we do the show. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say before I meet you after the first show. I feel like a lot of the things that I want to say kind of will go in my swing Q&A of like my thoughts and feelings about being a swing this contract and how I've liked it, how I've found the challenge. So check that video out if you're interested. Otherwise, I guess the most challenging thing really is just locking in who I'm being in that specific moment, because I think last week I did a split track in this very same show of 2 other girls, and that was a cool challenge, having to switch back and forth who I was in each different scene. There was one scene in particular that was quite a challenge, again in When She Returns. That's just the craziest number to swing into, but I love being in that number. But it was crazy because I was dancing as one girl, but I was wearing the other girl's mic pack. I had to sing the solo lines from the track with the mic pack for sure, but I also had to sing the lines of the girl I was dancing since both of them were out. But I was always standing in the dancer's spot even while singing that other girl's lines, if that makes any sense at all. My goodness. I don't know how I did that either. You really just like lock in as much info as you can and just trust yourself as you run out onto the stage. It's quite an exhilarating feeling, which I think is why a lot of swings love this job, because it is always exciting. There's never a dull moment. So that was a really cool challenge, but now it almost feels like a challenge again because I just did that and I need to like erase all of that in my brain and then lock in that like I'm this girl, I'm this girl, I'm this girl, I'm this girl. I find my most challenging moments as the swing is when 2 tracks intercept or get really close together and then split the opposite way, especially if I've just done the other track recently. A good example of that is in When She Returns again, of course, we have this big weave section where we're all like grabbing each other's hands and circling around the fountain. And one show I was the fruit seller girl, and then the next show I was the mom. So we're weaving around. They literally finish the weave together and then they split to go to the other side of the stage. So I just did the track that goes that way and takes a bucket and do a dance. But in this show I had to go that way and be the mom and do like a clapping section. But in this moment, they were so similar to what I had locked in my brain previously that we circled around each other, but then I went with the girl. So both of us went that way and I was like, oh no, I'm supposed to go this way. And then I just ran over there and I was a little bit late for the bucket. The audience doesn't notice, no one got hurt, everything was fine. It's just like a silly moment where you're like, oh no. Yeah, these things happen and it's funny to look back on and like laugh with your castmates about. But I'm curious if I'll have any moments like this tonight. I don't know if these tracks get really close like that again, because like I just mentioned, that's where it gets tricky in my brain. But I think they're pretty separate. We'll see, I guess I'll let you know later tonight. Also, this is random, but it's been super fun wearing so many nice, beautiful wigs. My gosh. Other than doing small town princess party things and having cheap Amazon wigs, this has been so cool to have custom wigs built for you, and they represent these gorgeous princesses and ensemble characters. It's just been so cool, and I've gotten so much better at my wig prep. I feel like I remember some of my first vlogs, I was wearing like a bunch of French braids and stuff, and it was fine, but I didn't like the way my hair looked after I was done the show, and I actually find that now that I can do pin curls, it goes much faster to do wig prep. But yeah, I really like the wigs that I get to wear for Tangled. Oh, I wonder how many I have for this show. That's actually a great question. I have my dark 2 braids. I've got my fangirl ponytail. I have my queen wig. I have my bruiser wig. I have the lady in waiting wig. I think that's it, because other characters that I portray only wear a helmet or a hat. So what was that, like 5? That's pretty good, 5 for just one show. So I'm pretty much done my makeup here. I'm just going to pop on my lipstick when I get backstage. Currently I'm using this, well, I'm just using the pencil. I'm not using the lip gloss because it's too shiny for me on stage, but I'm using this Maro lip pencil. I think it's the shade Rich Mauve, if anyone is interested. I like to use that. And I also have my favorite lipstick shade ever. This is MAC, and the shade is Velvet Teddy. I love that. Sometimes I'll put that on too, over top of this liner. But yeah, I'm so excited. I love being entangled. I think this is my favorite show I swing into, guys. Yeah, I know you're probably thinking that's crazy, because wouldn't it be like Disney Dreams when I get to be Ariel and all these other princesses? It's a really close tie because I get to dance so much, and I just love the big ensemble feeling of all of us sharing this story together. Whereas I feel like Disney Dreams is a bit more popcorny. Still beautiful, beautiful show, but this one just feels so like we're all doing this together, and it feels really special because of that. And I really feel like the audience absolutely loves it too. But yeah, that's my stage makeup done. Now let's pack our swing bag. All right, so I have my tote bag here that I bring backstage. Got my laptop to watch the show on. I also bring my iPad. This has all the blocking books on it in case I want to look at specific spacing or numbers. I'm bringing my makeup bag. I don't really need it because I already did my makeup, but you'll see later when I talk about when I don't swing in, I definitely bring this every single show. So just out of habit, I'm bringing it again. I've got my wave phone since I am a captain. As the swing and the dance captain, I need to have this on me at all times. But in this case, since I'm already in the show, I need this for dance captain purposes in case I need to call anyone, like our managers or medical or whoever. Yes, have this handy. And then my water bottle. I just have this little one here. I like the one with the straw to sit backstage. And something random, I will actually write in my cue cards too to preset this bottle on certain sides of the stage depending on which track I am. And I think that's it, because all my wig prep stuff's there. My swing cards are there as well. But all right, let's head backstage and swing into another show. We did it! 2 shows done. That was so much fun. Guys, I just love being on stage. It truly gives me so much energy and life, and it's so magical being a part of such gorgeous shows. And like any job, it can be exciting at first, and as you keep doing it every day for months and months, you know, it just becomes normal. and you get used to it, and you know, the excitement kind of wears off. But as the swing, since I'm not in the shows all the time, every time I do get to go on, I have so much excitement and gratitude. So that is really cool being the swing, is that I'm constantly feeling that kind of opening night feeling. I have now performed 35 shows of Tangled, which is really cool. Like I said before, I've completed all of my tracks in the show. Tonight I was child 1. So I got to run around lots, and it's a really fun track, especially when she returns. There's so many cute little partner sections, and I get to teach Rapunzel a little dance step, which is really fun. And Meg's my best friend here, so it's always so special when I get to see her on stage. I have a flower bucket, and I get to put a little flower in her hair during the song, which is so fun. And I almost cried during the second bows because we are nearing the end of our contract, and as the swing, I don't know when my last show will be. That's something that's really different this contract, is that, you know, everyone in my cast gets to be like, oh, we have 10 shows left and tonight's closing night, but like I have no idea. Like tonight might have been my last time ever being entangled, which is crazy. I don't know, I just was really trying to soak it all in, and the audience was really great. I'm really happy for that. As I was saying while I was doing makeup before, no weird things happened. Everything went really smooth, so that felt really great as well. Let me show you my little cue cards. So here's one of my packs. This is for the character that I just played tonight. So the fronts of the cards say everything they do on stage, with who they dance with, what line they sing, what costume they wear, what set piece they move, what lines they sing, what lines they say, all of that kind of stuff. And then on the back side here is any backstage stuff, like if I help with a quick change, if I help with a set change, how many songs I have in between each number, because that was something that was hard for me at first when I didn't know the show super well. I would be backstage and I'd be like, okay, wait, how much time do I have? Like, do I have enough time to watch my laptop? Do I have enough time to get a drink of my water? I remember it was a funny thing. I kept asking the girls in our dressing room, like, what song is next? How much time do we have? And they'd be like, you have lots of time, Paige, like, don't worry. But now I know the show as well, so I don't need to worry about that so much anymore. But these are so helpful. I have the lines I sing highlighted in pink, when I exit or enter in yellow. This came super handy when I was starting to swing the shows. Tonight I just kind of looked at it to see what like my top of show presets were, and like random numbers here and there that I wasn't quite sure about. But yeah, that's how I've been swinging around. I guess I can show you my wig prep now. I wish I could do this with you in my dressing room as I was getting ready for show, but I will just show you here. So she's bald. So I have this gray wrapper on my head. We also have a nude color as well. I know this to be called pre-wrap. When I was a teenager dancing in like 2009, 2010, something like that, we would wear this, but we would like roll it up in like a thin roll, and we would wear it as a headband and like tie a little knot. And there would be a bunch of different colors, and then we would wear that to dance to like keep our flyaways off our face for a ponytail. Does anyone else remember doing that? I don't know. But we use it now, and I just put this layer around the front of my wig prep because it helps with traction. It's quite sticky and it helps my wigs stay put, because we do a lot of dancing in these shows and a lot of wig changes, so I feel like even if I didn't have enough time to like pin my wig as well as I wanted to, this will at least help keep the wig on. And I also feel like, maybe this doesn't actually help, but it feels like it does, but I feel like it helps the like edges of my wig not slide up my head so much. I have little breadths everywhere. These are just helping keep both layers of my wig cap together and also attached to my head. I have two more here, and then I have one big one back here holding all of my hair here, because I don't have any pin curls down here. I only have a row right here, and the rest is just like tucked under my wig cap. That last clip really helps keep all that together. And then I can do this without ripping it. So now I look really crazy. So I've got my wig cap here. When I slide it on, I have all this extra stuff, and just to again make sure that it's like really secure and has all my hair underneath, I'll just do like a big twist, and then I'll wrap it around that and do the double layer. And that's also why I have these breadths to like keep all of that together. And then now you'll see all my hair like fall at the back. So yes, all of this is just down, tucked up. And now I've got a little cute row of pin curls. So what do I have? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pin curls here. It's going along my face. So I really struggled with this at the beginning of the contract. If you can remember those videos, I used to do like a bunch of braids for some reason. But I learned how to do my pin curls from our BGA, who was here at the beginning of our contract, Marlena. She's so wonderful. She sits beside me in the dressing room, and she also taught me to bend my bobby pins, and that way when I pin them, there's no bobby pin ends sticking out to get caught in my wig cap or in the wig itself, because sometimes even with all this stuff on top, the pins will still like stick out, and then when you're trying to take your wig off, you're like, why is it stuck? Like, what is it caught on? This is so annoying. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my wig prep, and I like how my hair looks when I take it out. Yes, so I'm trying to think of what else I want to say. Swinging is so crazy, you guys. It's such a roller coaster. It's exactly how I thought I would feel though. Oof. Yeah, it's crazy because like I love it. When I get to do it, I love it. But I'm not gonna lie, it is really hard for me personally when I'm not in the show. I've gotten better at dealing with that throughout the contract for sure. And it's only really if there's like a long period of time where I'm not in the show. That's when it gets really hard. If it's like a show or two or like a cruise or two, I'm like, okay, it's fine. And also being dance captain helps because that gives me something else to focus on and to do and feel like important. And I'm not just sitting around backstage like waiting for something to happen. Before I did that split track that I was talking about while I was doing my makeup, I hadn't been on stage for 2 weeks. And I was starting to get in a little slump again there. But it's crazy because like as soon as you start to feel like that, then the next thing you know, you're needed to go on stage. And then all of a sudden I had to do this really crazy split track, and it was so fun and such a cool challenge, and I had a really great time. And then today again, I get to swing on, so it's so unpredictable. It's so much fun. I don't find it super stressful actually. I'm gonna talk more on that in my swing Q&A video. To wrap up this part of the vlog, when I get ready for a show as the swing, the time I find out if I'm swinging in changes every time. There's been a variety of the day before, the morning of, an hour before, 5 minutes before, mid-show. Any of those and more have happened and could happen. Anyways, I hope this is still interesting, even though it's just me sitting in my cabin and talking to you guys about it. But I had such a lovely night. I'm so grateful I got to be in the show again. And now it's time for pizza. Yes, pizza fit check. I got my new favorite sweater on, you guys. I'm obsessed. I got it at the parks on my last day. Also, I got this new hair claw clip. It's green and kind of sparkly. Yes, let's get pizza. Pizza and a movie. I hope you found this interesting, and I guess I will see you very soon for the second half of my video where I'm getting ready for the show and I'm not swinging in. So I'll see you there. Hello everyone. This is part 2 of the vlog where I take you along getting ready with me as the swing when I'm not going in the show. It's taken me quite a while to film this part of the video because I've been a busy swing these days. Tonight we have Twice Charmed. So far I am not in the show, but I'm still going to get ready halfway. I'm gonna do my makeup as if I was in the show, just in case. I like to be as ready as I can be for those 5-minute swing-in calls or even sometimes mid-show swing-in calls. So far in this contract, a mid-show swing has only happened to me 2 times, maybe 3 times. Not super common, but you just never know. Yeah, it's just one less thing to stress about if I'm needing to swing in last minute. I feel like now I can do my wig prep pretty fast, so if I would have to swing in, I can do my wig prep very quick, get my costumes together, and run onto the stage. So I guess I'll talk you through what I do before the show and during the show backstage. So as the swing, if I'm not in the show, I just have to be in the area of the theater, either backstage or in the audience watching. I always have my little wave phone on me, and it's got a little clip. I just clip it onto whatever outfit I'm wearing in case anyone needs me. I have it on vibrate mode so that if I am watching in the house, it's not gonna start ringing like crazy. It's never happened to me in this contract where I've been watching in the house and I've gotten a ring that they needed me backstage. Knock on wood. But so far so good for that. Also, as dance captain backstage, I always like to have my wave phone on me in case anyone gets injured. I need to call medical or call my stage manager. Anything like that, I've got the phone ready to go. I still pack my stage bag exactly how I would if I was swinging in. I bring my laptop, my makeup bag, wave phone like I said, water bottle, my iPad sometimes if I want to look at blocking charts. And then once I get to the theater, I place all my things at my dressing room station, and then I head over to our call board. Once that's done, I'll get all my stuff organized at my station. At this point, I will pop into every dressing room and just say a quick hey, ask how everyone's feeling, if they're excited for the show, have a good show, all of that stuff. Then I pretty much just hang out, have some chats with my friends, see what everyone's been up to that day. If anyone has like family on board watching the show in the audience, that's always exciting. Then as people start getting into their mics, we have mic check 15 minutes before the show starts. So everyone will start getting in line for mic check. This is when I will start gathering all of the cue cards for this specific show. I have a little container at my station that holds all of the cue cards that I've made, all of my swing notes, my swing cheat sheet. I just kind of make sure I have them all there at the ready just in case. I also always have a video on my laptop of the show ready and open just in case I need to do a little skim through of the show, or sometimes people have like blocking or traffic questions. I have quick access to check up on it and give them some information. Yeah, and then I'm just chilling until the show starts. Basically, I do various things if I am not in the show that night backstage. So I'll just share with you some of the things that I typically do. Sometimes I roll out a little yoga mat underneath one of the staircases backstage, and I do my own little yoga stretch mini workout type thing. There's also a little tiny room up on the second level of the dressing rooms, and sometimes I'll go in there and do a vocal warm-up, sing through a couple of my own songs from my audition binder. I find that doing these things is really important because as a swing, if I'm not in the show all the time, I still need to be keeping my stamina up and my endurance up and my voice up. It's good to keep using those muscles and practicing even when I'm not going into the show, so that when I do go into the show, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I have no energy, or I haven't sung in like 2 weeks. Another thing that I like to do is just hang out in the wings with my friends. There's a lot of really fun traditions going on backstage that we have naturally created over time. If we are offstage singing, sometimes we'll add like little gestures or like dance moves that we do every single show. There's something super cute in Twice Charmed, the show we're doing tonight, that happens. One of the props is a basket full of bread, and all the bread is loose, like you can pick up every single piece of bread. There's a really long break of scenes in the show, and we'll sit backstage, right, and we will all hold a loaf of bread as if it was a microphone, and then we have a host, which is Neo, and he hosts our podcast, which is called Bread Crust the Podcast, and it's so cute. Every single show, whoever's available in the wing will just get a mic or a loaf of bread. There'll always be a question of the cruise, so the host will ask and then each person answers the question. It's really fun. We kind of get to know each other a little bit better and have a little laugh. And so yeah, sometimes I enjoy just hanging out with everyone backstage, and then other times I will sit in the audience and watch. And this is one of the really cool things about being in the swing, is that I get to have that outsider guest point of view and see the show as a whole and from the front, and get to really feel the magic and feel the flow of the show. And at the beginning of the contract, this was really important for me because the shows were all brand new to me, so it was really helpful to get to watch and see everything happening and try to understand how every person's track interacts with the other one. Yeah, it's been really fun to get to watch from the audience. I am always nervous though. Every time I sit out in the house, I'm like, what if someone needs me? How do I run away without being obvious? And what if my phone is too loud? But thankfully nothing crazy has happened like that so far, knock on wood, so we're all good for that. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else to share with you about swinging when I'm not in the show. Well, I guess I don't do this much anymore because I'm kind of near the end of my contract, but I definitely did this for our first month on board. I would pick someone in the cast each show, and I would just stalk them backstage. I would literally say that. I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna stalk you tonight, is that okay? So I would literally just like have a notepad and everything they did backstage. If they moved a prop, if they helped someone else's quick change, if they had time to go to their dressing room after that number to change into something, I would notate all of this down, and that is all documented in my cue cards now. I spent a really good amount of time the first month following around everyone backstage, and then once that was done, then as the show's happening, we have monitors in our dressing room, so we have a little TV, and the show plays there. We can hear the show as well on some speakers. So again, I would pick someone in the cast, and then I would kind of mark through their show in the dressing room just to keep it in my body and to continue learning and memorizing it. But yeah, now at this point, I don't need to do that anymore. The shows are pretty much in my brain and body, which is such a nice feeling. There's no stress when I do have to go in. I really didn't know I was gonna get there, but I made it. I think that's all I have to say about me being in the swing, not in the show. So now I've taken you along getting ready with me for when I am in the show and when I'm not in the show. And that's been my life this whole contract. It is a lot of ups and downs. Every single day is different. I never know if I'm going to be hanging out doing Bread Crust the podcast or if I'm going to be swinging into the show or enjoying it from the house. But it is such a fun job. It is such a rewarding job, a challenging job, but I've been having such a great time. And if you are curious, I have an entire vlog posted already on my channel, which is called Sunday Swing Diaries, where I took you along the first month of me ever being a swing in rehearsals for Disney Cruise Line. And every single Sunday of rehearsals, I sat down with you on the camera and I chatted about my experience and all of my learnings. So if that is something interesting to you, you can watch that video too. I don't know in which order I will post this video, but I can't wait to see you in whatever is next. Have a magical day, everyone. Bye.